Hey guys, Brian Cooney, owner of Pretty Boy Products, up here in the mountains of the Poconos doing a paint vacation. Now, what is a paint vacation? It means a friend of mine let me borrow their cabin up in the woods of the Poconos, and I got to do some painting for them. Look, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Today, I wanted to chat about something really cool that I came across a couple months ago. It's called the American Mallard, which is it's a ergonomic paintbrush that I thought was really cool. I got a couple free samples from Ricardo and Jessica Hayes, who's invented this. They're out of St. Louis, and they're real nice folks. And so Ricardo sent me some of the brushes, and we talked about it. Ricardo, by the way, is a lot like Sal in Staten Island or Chade in Texas. He's like a second generation painter. His dad was a painter, so this guy really knows what he's doing. So he's created a pretty cool paintbrush that I want to precondition, and I'm going to try. I'm up here in the Poconos doing some trim work, so dark trim work, and I've stained it, I've sanded it, caulked it, and I've stained it in, or excuse me, primed it in oil. I'm going to sand it down and hit it with a top coat. So I'm going to try the American Mallard brushes with little Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace tomorrow, but I'm going to precondition the brushes. But I want to talk about it. Ricardo sent me 3 of these. He sent me the full grip 2-inch. He sent me the other 2-inch, and he sent me a 1.5-inch, a sash. So I've got 3 of them. He also makes a 3-inch, which I don't have yet. So what's really cool about this brush, and I've been inventing stuff since I was in my mid-20s. So I'm at 27 years as an inventor. This one really caught my eye because it does really a little bit more than the average paintbrush. It's ergonomic, meaning that your hands, like a lot of us have these bone spurs, you can't see it, but from holding the wooden paintbrush all day, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, you get this kind of bone spur. And I got it, it's different size. But the really cool thing about this thing is that you can grip it 2 ways. You can grip it like this, or you can grip it like this, sideways. Either way, it's really cool. So you can kind of hit your hands. So it's going to be more restful in your hands. The second thing is every one of them has ability to put an extension pole on it. Whereas where I do a lot of work, I don't a lot of times bring the higher ladders, so you can just put extension pole up and go up there instead of having to put one of those adapters on there, which you never have. So that's really cool. And the third thing is really awesome is that the heads of the brushes come off. And these are a poly blend, by the way. They're really nicely made, and they have a bevel tip, which I'm excited to try. So which basically I can tell just by touching it, being painting for so many years, that it's going to do a nice job going this way. Most of us, when we're doing our cutting, we kind of push up against it, but this will be interesting when I hit that. When you hit that, I got some trim work where you hit this area and you kind of come down it, and the brush is going to, looks like it's going to, with this bevel, this is going to kind of really lay out nice. So tomorrow I'm actually going to do the painting with it. Today I'm still doing the oil. So I'm going to precondition these. So really cool thing is, I call these the duck brushes. I was talking to Ricardo, so we should call them the duck brushes, but they're really interesting. They're 2 or 3 steps above a regular paintbrush. So I'm going to precondition these. Now, what does preconditioning mean? My Pretty Boy has a conditioner in it, all right? So what it does is it puts a moisture level on a layer on your new brushes. Once you use Pretty Boy, you'll notice that the second time you use it, it's easier to clean up. So these brushes have never been used. So preconditioning will help them clean up easier, and less damage they're going to take over their life expectancy. So I have a little bucket. And last thing I'll say that I forgot to say, it was really cool, is that with the interchangeable handles, you've got 2 of them here. What's really cool is that if you're painting something, you can take it off, and you can just toss it in a bucket of Pretty Boy and get back to cleaning later. So here's your foamy bucket of Pretty Boy. You drop this in here, and you can just take a new one and stick it on, which is really cool. Look at that, it goes right on. So the nice thing about this American Mallard is you can tell as an inventor, it's well thought of. It's got layers and layers of ideas, and they're fun. And also he's got Ricardo and Jessica have this little lip here, which can also grab into a bucket and hold it at a certain level. So well thought of. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, I'm going to precondition these with Pretty Boy. So all you're really doing is getting it wet, right? Getting the brush wet. And you can either just soak it, or I hit it with a little bit of spray. You can use just your hands like that, just soak it up. Like I said, what this is going to do is going to, or you can use it by weight, you can use a little wire brush. But what this is going to do is it's going to coat the fibers and put a little moisture barrier. So I'm going to let this sit on these things for about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. I'll rinse them off and then I'll let them dry. So tomorrow I'll have a nice preconditioned brush that when I start using the water-based paints, it's going to be less likely to stick on these bristles. They can last for a lifetime if you take care of them. Okay, so again, here's all of them, and Pretty Boy has some water in it, so you can just hit it if you want, just a little bit of this, and just look at that. So I'm going to do all of these, and I'm going to paint with these tomorrow when I hit the trim, when I hit the water base with the Chantilly lace Benjamin Moore, and I'll get back to you. So once again, I'm Brian Cooney, owner of Pretty Boy Products, and just preconditioning some of these American Mallard brushes, which I call the duck brush, and it's really cool. I'm excited to try them, and they're made in America. Great guy, Ricardo. I haven't talked to Jessica yet. She sounds awesome, but they're worth a try. Let's give these people some support. They're pretty awesome. Okay, peace.